It's designed for those days that you don't feel like going to the gym, but you show up anyways. Those days are incredibly, incredibly crucial. All right, so today I want to talk about how you can work out at Coyote for 10 plus years. So this is something I think more and more about, and the older I get, the longer I do this, the more my goal is ultimately to create something that is going to be sustainable for people for a really, really long time. And I kind of want to give you some tips to be able to do that. And you know, we've got quite a few members who have been members for 10 plus years, quite a few members that have been, a lot of members that have been members for 5 plus years, and people that have come to 2,000 workouts, 15,000 workouts, 1,000 workouts. And all that is really, really awesome to me because I know how much impact that's having on their life. But I want to try to help more and more people to be able to do that. And you don't have to be a member at Coyote to apply this to your own training, but hopefully this will kind of get you thinking about your own health and fitness journey and determine what you can do to help you do this for the long term. So 10 ways to work out at Coyote Fitness for 10 years. So I'll kind of go through each of them briefly, and hopefully you can apply that to you. So first one, long-term thinking. First step is always, you got to be thinking long-term. Okay, I think most people join a gym because they want to lose weight they got something in 3 months they want to get ready for, 6 months. And that's awesome if that's going to be the catalyst to get you to join the gym. But at some point, you got to start thinking long-term. Can I do this for a long period of time? Can I continue at this pace for 5 years? Can I continue this pace for 1 year? Can I continue this pace for 6 months? If not, maybe back off the intensity or the volume or the consistent or the frequency a little bit so you can stick with it long term. Because ultimately, it's hard to think long term when you're 25 years old. I get it, I've been there. But as you get older, you turn 35, you turn 40, long term becomes more and more important. Think about, where do I want to be in 10, 15, 20 years? And being able to make sure that what you're doing is sustainable to help you moving towards that long-term trajectory. So first one, long-term thinking. Second one, mindset. You got to have that mindset shift. Okay, you got to think about fixed mindset. I'm defined by my results of the day. I'm defined by what other people think about me or how I look or whatever the case may be. Change to a growth mindset of, my goal is to come consistently to get a little bit better every single day and know that I'm in this for the long term. If you can make that mindset shift, you can stick with it long term. If you're only focused on how I finished on that day or how I did on the workout or how much weight I lifted or how much weight my buddy lifted, you're always going to be up and down, and you're never going to be able to stick around long term. So you got to switch from that fixed mindset to the growth mindset. Number 3 is evolving goals. Okay, so you have a certain goal. Well, maybe you accomplish that goal. That's awesome. Okay, what's the next goal? You always got to be changing your goals. Okay, so thinking about knowing your why at different seasons of life. Our life changes drastically over years, over decades. Okay, what's important to you at 25 is not going to be as important to you as 35, and not going to be as important to you at 45. Okay, so as life changes, as seasons change, as you change jobs, as you move, as you get married, as you start a family, as you have kids, all these things have an impact on our goals, our priorities. And so you can't stick with the same reason why you show up to the gym that you did when you were a single guy and you were trying to find a spouse when you're married and have 3 kids. That can't be the same reason why you're coming to the gym. So you have to be able to make that change. If you can change the why, you can deal with any how. Okay. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Okay, that's an amazing book if you ever read that. But if you know the why, you can deal with any how. Okay, so what that means is, if you have a reason, a strong, deep-seated reason why you're going to push yourself and come to the gym consistently, make it hard, do something hard every single day, you can deal with it. So change your why as the seasons of life change. Okay, take mobility serious. This is something that I see every single day in every single class. Certain people, they just don't really take it serious. Okay, they just think it's a part of class that they're forced to do. Take it from me. If you don't take your mobility serious, it's going to eventually make you take it serious. Okay, it's just like taking your health serious. You got to take your mobility serious, or else you're eventually going to get hurt or something's going to happen. Okay, we do mobility because I know it's going to keep people's bodies healthy, keep people's bodies moving. We do a lot of high intense movements in here. We do a lot of hard workouts. We do a lot of things that are going to make you make tremendous progress quickly, but also what comes with that is your muscles can get overworked very quickly if you're not taking care of yourself. So take the mobility serious. I know the first part of class is a really important part to catch up with friends, see what's going on, but also do it while you're doing mobility and make sure you're doing it correctly, okay? If you stop taking your mobility serious, if you show up late to class so you can skip it, if you don't really do the soft tissue work very hard, if you're always trying to find a way around it, eventually your body's going to start breaking down and your body's going to be hurting. If, on the other hand, you find those few movements that are important for you to do every single day, for me, I know I need to do my barbell trap release every day. I need to do my static chest and shoulders every day. And I need to do my couch stretch and some calf work every single day, or else my body's going to start hurting. But if I do those every single day, my body feels great, no matter how much work I did. Okay, so take your mobility serious and you'll be able to stick with it long term. If you skip it, eventually, it's going to make you take it serious. Okay. Number 5, find a sustainable diet. Okay. Finding a diet that, number 1, you can do for a long period of time, and number 2 is going to help you make progress is incredibly, incredibly important. So the first step of that is making sure you get enough protein every single day. So finding a way to take in protein throughout your day, knowing that you're going to hit your protein goal 7 days a week for an extended period of time. That's extremely crucial. For me, that's taking a protein supplement in breakfast and taking a protein supplement post-workout. Everybody else is a little bit different. Okay, I know every meal needs to be based around protein. I know kind of where I'm at every single day. I track my food for stretches to make sure I'm on track. But also, that for me, that also means on Saturday night, if I go out to eat, I'm going to pick what I want to eat, because I know I also need to be able to do this for an extended period of time. I need to be able to eat this way for years, and I'm not going to be able to do that if I'm never eating the things that I enjoy, or never having some time where I eat what I want because it's on the menu and that's what I want. Okay, so finding that balance of eating the correct things the right way for most of the time, 80% of the time, 85, 90% of the time, whatever works for you, and then eating what you want that other 20, 15, 10% of the time. Because you know what's more important than white knuckling for 6 months and then falling off the wagon completely is finding something that's sustainable for 6 years or more. Okay. Number 6, don't be scared to sweat. Okay, we have the sweat track for a reason. I've used the sweat track plenty of times. It's designed for those days that you don't feel like going to the gym, but you show up anyways. You don't want to lift a heavy weight. You don't want to get a score, but you still want to come to the gym. Those days are incredibly, incredibly crucial. Okay, if on the 20, 30, 40 days, whatever it is a year that you don't feel like going to the gym and you would have skipped, if instead you go to the sweat, you're getting all the mobility work, you're getting the technique work, you're getting the gymnastics work, or whatever it is we're doing in class, and then you're also moving your body and doing a good workout. You add that up over an extended period of time, and it can be the difference between making the progress that you want and not making the progress you want. So don't be scared to sweat. It's not a lesser workout. It's a variation for people that want to get a good workout in, but don't want to lift a heavy weight that day, or do the hard skill that day, or have a score that day. And that's completely fine. So don't be scared to do the sweat workout. Don't be scared to do the sweat every single day. There's people that do sweat every day and they still make tremendous progress. Okay. It's a substantial track of our program, and it's designed to help people be sustainable and come that extra day or two a week when they don't feel like coming. Also, along with that is don't be scared to do lighter weight if you feel like you need to. Okay, don't be if the weight feels heavy on that day because you didn't sleep good, you had a lot of stress from work or whatever it is, don't be scared to drop the weight. Okay, nobody cares. You're the only one that cares. You think everybody else cares, they don't care. Okay, everybody's just happy to see. Number 7, know your body. Okay, you got to start paying attention to your body. You got to know what your trouble areas are, what your mobility restrictions are, what your technique issues are, what stretches you need to do, like I talked a minute ago, consistently to help you stay fit, stay healthy for the long period of time. And then also that's paying attention, thinking, how am I feeling today? Am I feeling run down? Do I have a lot of energy? How are my joints? How my shoulders feeling? How my elbows? How my knees? How my ankles? Is there any extra stretching I need to do? Do I need to make sure I'm cleaning up my technique when we do this movement next time? Whatever it is, pay attention to your body. Start listening to it. Start using it as a gauge to help you make decisions. Number 8, technique over intensity. Intensity is beautiful. It's the magic key to success, but we never want to sacrifice technique for intensity. Now, when we go really hard, our technique is going to suffer a little bit, and that's completely fine. But if we have great technique in the warm-up and our technique suffers a little bit, we're still going to have good technique in the workout. But if we have bad technique in the warm-up and then we really try to go 110%, you know what's going to happen? It's going to be terrible technique, and we're going to have a chance to get injured. So check your ego at the door. Focus on your technique. Make that a priority. If you can't move a weight well with a certain movement, drop the weight down to have good technique. Make sure you're paying attention to the coaches when they give. Our coaches give great cues to people on movements and technique, and they're watching. Be open to that. Don't be closed off to getting ways to improve your technique, or let your ego get in the way of hearing something that could help you move better. Because in the long term, if you move well, you'll make progress more. If you move poorly, you're going to hit a plateau, and you're never going to be able to progress past a certain point, or you're going to get hurt because you move poorly. Number 9, this is a big one. Stop obsessing over sugar watt. People get so obsessed with where they finished on the leaderboard or what somebody else did, and they obsess about it, and it doesn't matter at all. Tomorrow, this leaderboard resets. If you're constantly focused on what other people are doing, or whether they did all the reps, or whether they did the right movement or right range of motion or whatever, that's taking away from your own workout, the energy you could be devoting to your own self and making progress. So if you're constantly obsessing with other people, you're never going to be satisfied. You can be the fittest person in the gym. You're not ever going to win every single workout. You will, if that is the reason why you come to the gym every single day, eventually you're going to stop coming, because you can't make that your focus. Okay, use it for what it is. It's a great opportunity to push yourself, push yourself harder, because there's accountability, knowing that I'm going to log my score on sugar watt, and where I'm at on that day is where I'm at on that day. That's accountability. But also, don't obsess over it. Don't sit there and is somebody going to beat me? Is somebody beating me? Oh, I'm in a terrible mood the rest of the day because somebody in another location, another class beat me on this workout. And then you start spinning all these things up in your head. Oh, there's no way they could have beat me. They couldn't have. They had to have cut all the reps, or they had to have cut reps, or they had to. There's no possible way they could do it that fast. If that's what you're focused on, you're going to eventually fall off, and you're never going to make the progress you could have. If instead all you focus on, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to use what other people's scores are as motivation to push myself harder. I'm going to post my score proudly, and I'm going to support other people on, because if we build each other up and support each other, rising tide lifts all boats. We're all going to be better because of it, instead of trying to tear people down because we feel like there's no way they should have gotten that score. So stop obsessing over sugar watt. Last one, remember where you started. Whenever you feel like quitting, or whenever you feel like burnout, or whatever the case may be, remember where you were when you started. There's a picture of me from a month before I started CrossFit in 2010. And I never want to go back to that person or that place that I was. And so if ever I feel tired or unmotivated, I just think about that picture and who I was at that point. And all the benefits that I've gotten over starting CrossFit over the years, all the benefits I've gotten out of working on this supportive community at Coyote over all these years. So remember where you were when you started. Remember how much progress you've made. It's really easy for us to forget how much progress we've made, because people make tons and tons of progress at Coyote. It's amazing how much progress they make and how quickly they can make it. But it's really easy to forget that. And so whenever you're feeling tired, whenever you're feeling unmotivated, whenever you're feeling run down, think about where you were when you started. Think about what the reason was that you started, what your goals were, and then use that as motivation to keep going. So hopefully this can apply to your health fitness journey. Hopefully you can keep working out at Coyote another 10 years or more.